So in the early 90s, I was a small, scrawny foreign kid who fell in love with this thing called music. I grew up in a household where all different types of music were being played. Everything from old traditional Balkan music to old soul, blues, pop. But there was this one genre which would come to change my life. Hip-hop. My first record that I got was Enter the 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang. It was something sonically that captivated me. Could have been RZA's filthy drums and mixes, or just the group's delivery. I don't know. I just know I was hooked. That would lay the foundation to what I later would become. In 1999, I started producing my own music. In 2001, I picked up rap. That's where I began to record my own songs, mixtapes, and albums. I was often seeking inspiration in record stores, movies, people, life in general, which I still do, till this day. We might live in a digital society, but there's still something very special about the feeling I get in the record store. My sound, it comes from that environment. It's sonically grand and wide. You can refer it to cinematic. Everything from large strings and stabs, dark piano chords, rolls, choirs, you name it. I've always tried to keep my storytelling as authentic as possible, whether it's being about me, my life, my surroundings, or a fictional one. And I've always been curious about the idea of writing an album and structuring it like a movie, where there is a narrative and a theme following the story throughout. With that being said, that's how I got inspired and got the idea to write my own conceptual album called Sangre en el Blanco. So how does my process look like? Well, it's quite easy actually. I regularly start with the melody, a main melody, then I build small melodies around it, like, as I call them, add-ons. So this beat particularly is a beat from the album which features on a song called It's Murder. So it starts off with a regular spooky piano in form of this. So it's basically high keys and none special basically. It's just single keys playing. I have to have the main thing that goes through the whole song first. If I don't have it, I don't know what I'm doing. That's my guideline. Like if I have the main structure of the melody, then I know when to build and how to build around it. I add the add-ons I was talking about earlier. What that might sound like is like a string, a stab string that I might add to it. I'm gonna show you. It can sound like this. So we got the piano playing. Right? So pay attention now. 3, 2, 1. You hear that? It's a stab basically. Boom, boom. It's often a piano or something plucky where it's easy and catchy in a way. I finish off the beats with drum patterns because then I know once I finish the melody part, I know where the pocket for the drums is and what pattern it should have and how it's supposed to sound, if that makes any sense. So it goes, voila. Right? For me, it's a cakewalk. It's a walk in the park. But for someone who doesn't understand and hasn't seen behind the footage and how a beat gets made or produced or built, that's basically what it is. You have to have a main melody, you build around it, add bass and add drums, and that's basically it. Then you just got to know when and where it's done on your part. Then you can process it via singing or rapping or whatever you want to do with the beat. I add the same bass on the notes as I got the strings on, right? And it makes it sound like really, really powerful. So this is the verse part. And then the chorus comes in with a bit of added sounds like that. Otherwise it's like a 4-bar loop doing its thing, and you add lyrics to this with a catchy chorus, you got something. It can be a pretty empty beat with not much happening, and that's it for that particular beat. But then you have beats which are so full with a lot of heavy sounds, small sounds, add-ons as I call them, around it, like moving around basically sonically, yeah. How do I know when I'm done with a beat? I get very emotional, like in a good way. I get pumped, like, oh yeah, this is what I was looking for. Or if I beated my expectations, that has happened too, quite often. Every beat does not get picked. Even though I love the beats, I might not pick them because it might not fit the project I'm working on. So there's a lot of beats that don't make the cut but are insanely good. My favorite part of producing and structuring is the creativity. That's where I feel so free that I can do whatever I want, because I have total ownership of the thing and I can control it exactly the way I want. That's a feeling that is hard to describe. My producer heads out there know what I'm talking about, but that might be the best thing. Like when you've made something and it's so good, you just love hearing it. Like you can't even get tired of it the first 24 or 48 hours, but then like after a week or a month, you're like, I'm on to new things, that's old. And then you might revisit it in 2 years and be like, holy shit, I remember the feeling this gave me when I made it. I have a ton of those beats. I think people who are fans of my music and know what I'm doing and what my pocket is, they know my signature, if that makes any sense. I have a signature sound that I always can go to, but I like trying different things. My signature sound is often very dark, and the sound itself, it lays in the mix for me. People recognize my stuff by my mixes. It's often very like big, broad, grand, but then I can make, like, as I call them, like tiny, small beats. Like this is the pocket. This is where the kicks and snares are instead of out here, or strings, or a piano, or whatever you want to work with. So the story is about a woman who runs her own operation and her own business. On the outside, it looks like a legit restaurant, right? But on the inside and behind closed doors, it's a brothel, it's a drug cartel, it's prostitution, it's burglary, everything you can think of, basically. The idea came about of me watching a bunch of gangster flicks and gangster series, such as Sopranos, of course, Snowfall. The new one with Griselda is a obvious one as well, but then like movies like American Gangster, Training Day, or what else is there? It's a lot of stuff. Goodfellas, A Bronx Tale, all those movies have a part in this project. The main character that I created was, I knew it was supposed to be a woman. I wanted a woman because it captivates so much stronger when it's a woman than obviously a man, because like every mob guy is a man, right? So it gets a little played out, so I wanted to twist it up a little bit and have a woman as the main lead. So I had the main one, Catherine. She was gonna be included throughout the whole thing. I mean, it's about her and her business. But then who does she know? Who does she have in her circuit, right? Does she have a fiance? Is there a man in her life? Who's the people working for her? What are they like? Who are they? All those things. The characters that was there from the beginning was obviously Catherine and her husband Bo, right? But then all these workers and opponents and strippers and drug cartel people, they came about later in the story when I wrote it. The cast and the features on these two projects are basically people I know and people I less know, but know their talent. I knew somehow, some way, when I thought of the characters they were gonna play, how they would fit and bring their flavor and their taste and their take, most importantly, to the character. So my choice of picking features and characters are really, it's obvious for me, but you don't know the story behind it. But I knew the cast I picked was gonna be the right one. The goal with this story is to explain and try to show how an operation like this can look like, right? All the things that might happen, good and bad. It's not only bad. There is some glimpses of love and a good story in this, besides all the shootings and drugs and gangster things that are happening. Of course, it's a love story in a way too, but moral of the story is respect what you have, appreciate what you have, appreciate the people you have around you. Don't lie, don't betray, all those things, right? And last but not least, like greed. Don't be greedy, because it's a plot to this story that you might not even fathom or think of. The experience of working with this cast and these features for these two projects, these two albums, were fantastic. It was a lot of patience from my side. Had to respect people's schedules. People got lives, people got families, kids, all of those things. You can't just give them a call and be like, hey, I need you. You got to set appointments, basically. All right, in about 2 weeks, that Saturday, be at the studio at 2. So yeah, it was great. It was fantastic. I love the whole process. If there's anything I would say to my cast for these two albums, is a big, huge, warm thank you. The biggest hug you can ever embrace. That's from me to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate and love all of you. I promise I do. And if I was an asshole, it was not an intention. It was not intentionally. I promise you it wasn't. Maybe for some, but you know, we'll never know. We never know. Okay? Thanks. Elbow the second one, shot to the head. I tripped. Bo when these goonies made a run and dipped. Är du med?
Yeah, baby.
Så den går 2 gånger. Okay?
It's alright, yeah. I'm about to mix this shit up. No, I don't think she's gonna. No, listen. She's not gonna find out if you keep your fucking mouth shut. You do that, and we're good.
It's just I'll be damned.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah,
we good. Yeah. Word mother. Sunny. Riktigt fett så.
Jag har sett mina strumpor bro.
Är det snart jag ska få höra?
Ja.
Ja, men jag kan väl få höra.
Okej.
Okej.
Så här långt kan du få höra.
Okej.
Amor, te amo. Please don't make me choose. I have to. I know I fucked up, but you do know I love you. I need you with me.
Okej, det är det. Nu är inte, alltså allting är inte rätt placerat. Jag har bara importerat allting.
Okej.
Så jag håller på och bygger det nu. Okej, men då klipper vi till dit. För där börjar hon att flippa ut.
Och frågan är om det här hon säger, om det ska vara, om det kan, eller om det ska vara tystare / mer
alltså
i
lägre.
bakrummet.
Lägre liksom.
Ja. Så står det hur tänker.
Ja, jag fattar.
Okej.
Okej. Vad tycker du?
Jo, men det andra då?
Vadå det andra?
Ja, men det kommer bara till hälften.
Ja, men jag har inte kommit så långt.
Nej,
Jag har
okej.
kommit hit. Okej. Vad tyckte du om inslaget? Kyrka.
Ja. Kyrkklockan.
It's over for the bitch, she failed. In the game of Coca will always run the shit. The patriarch, he's alive and well. He's alive and well. She was losing all the control and everybody could tell. Everybody knew that the bitch had it coming oh well. Now we gunning for everything, steadily raising hell.
Den delen är...
Alltså början?
Yeah.
För det början jag inte tycker om. Jag tycker inte det är samma
om
inlevelse.
du inte är nöjd bro, då...
Och, alltså fram till oh well. Dit vill jag spela om. Okej, så det är två bars.
Yeah.
Right. Men jag behöver inte fylla ut hela
Nej. Alltså, bara få ord liksom. Bara några få ord. Yeah. Lägg en till sån. Fast typ på andra ställen. Du behöver inte fill it in, förstår du? Utan typ...
Kommer inte det bli overkill?
Kanske inte.
Ja, vi testar. Fast nu vet inte jag vet inte exakt vad, alltså förstår du? Jag får ju gissa mig fram vad jag inte har lagt det lite.
Yeah.
Vi kör. Att det är så lågt mufflat och sen så plötsligt ljus och bara kommer volymen helt...
Nej, alltså jag kommer mixa in det, tro mig.
Du förstår vad jag menar?
Ja, jag fattar.
Det låter mycket snyggare.
Absolut. Men det jag tänker det är typ att du säger att du vet, she didn't see this coming. The scale has tilted our way, typ, eller whatever. Förstår du?
Ja.
Nice.
Men cool.
Nice.
Right,
Nice. Fan vad fett.
Yeah, player.
We officially
Fan vad
done.
nice. Fan vad nice.
And your name is Dr. Douglas. Don't ask why. I just came up with that name. I was like, Johnny's character, Dr. Douglas. She was like, who? I was like, Dr. Douglas. The way the homeboy did the skit right there, as I showed you with the Pyrex spot. So what I'ma have is a phone calling, like 2-3 signals, and then no one picks up, right? She just presses the button and you leave the message.
No. My head keeps touching this joke, fam.
All right. I'm gonna press record and you just go when you feel like it.
Is the headphones on though?
They are.
They are?
Yeah. You don't hear yourself?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear it?
No.
Oh, my bad. Now?
Yeah. There we go. Even though it was under such dark times, or dark time. I'm really just calling out because I feel like...
Nailed it. Fuck yes.
See, I'm getting hip hop for this. I was about to say, I'd be like, yeah, yo.
When I got done with the song, with the recording, I was like, look, if Jordan Peele doesn't call me for his next soundtrack.
And he's trippy. Just a hater. He's just a hater.
ettan är ju redan klar som släpptes förra året. Så det blev en uppföljare med 12 nya spår. För grejen är vem du spelar här. Du spelar Kattas fiancé. Så du spelar Kattas fiancé. Och så som ettan slutar, det är att de drar till Cabo efter de liksom, du har fått nog, you're through with the shit, du orkar inget mer basically, förstår du? Där ni åker till Cabo och är borta ett tag. Meanwhile, her own dudes börjar liksom maneuver on their own, du vet, i hennes absence. Börjar ta egen kontroll över shit. When she comes back, eller when y'all come back, hon tror att hey, I'm gonna just get back to my position, everything is like it's supposed to. Nah, that's not what happens. Era dudes nu, de är ju sina egna top dogs. Like, vem fan är ni som ska komma tillbaka från ingenstans och bara hey, let's get back to work. What? Du komma här och tro. Så det blir liksom ett intern krig. Right? See. Ja, det. I've known the dude for 12 years. One of your dudes. Bong. Bong, bong.
Det var så länge sedan jag hörde det.
Bong, bong.
Can I kick?
Yeah.
Så.
Do that.
Do that.
Vilken låt är det?
We on a war tour with my man. Tribe, yeah. Hello, hey son.
You're mad, you're frustrated, right?
Okay.
Bring that out of you. Vi testar.
Ni hör inte mig eller?
Nej.
Okej. Kör med bitet först.
Okay. Because we salty around here.
Oh, you best believe.
We hella salty up in this bitch.
Jag tar pride i det också. Det är liksom. Vad är din känsla?
Jag vet inte.
Vill du lyssna?
Ja, jag spelar. Fet, men nästan. Gör om den.
Hej. Kör.
Var det så bra?
Jag gillar den. Jag älskar den.
Det är lite country. Vi testar igen.
Vill du köra om den? Woo!
Nu gjorde jag fel på första där.
Ja, fast kanske att det kan ändå vara bra med lite...
Jag kan göra om den igen.
Men annars bara perfekt.
Där är du...
Perfekt allt.
We're getting there.
Alltså perfekt.
För lång. Jag tror power blev för lång. Ja. Men annars...
Men vet du, får jag bara... Jag igen. Förra tror jag att du gjorde det på. Första sektionen. Den power. Den slutade, den var ganska kort, den första. Jag tyckte det var riktigt snyggt, eller hur? Den bara såhär, power, som du körde första. Och sen andra då, puff.
Ja, precis.
Yes sir!
Nej, jag tror den blev perfekt.
Men...
Den är inte falsk.
Nej, jag tror inte. Det lät inte så i alla fall.
Det tror jag.
What you think?
Ska jag lägga någon stämma?
Dit kommer, vad tycker du om liden?
Nej, men jag är mer nöjd nu än
Ja.
vad jag var innan.
Okej.
Om ni gillar det.
Ja.
Ja.
Vi gillar det.
Sen gillar jag inte riktigt att min röst inte är helt uppsjungen. Den är lite rough.
Det är det som,
Okej.
det är kanske det som gör också det
Ja.
hela. Är du nöjd här?
Ja.
Ja. Grymt.
Vi är jättenöjda.
Ska jag lägga den exakt
Vet du vad? Ja.
Mm.
Jag tror att vi lägger exakt likadant. Två gånger. Så det blir en lite fyllnad.
Ja, precis.
Och sen så därefter så kan vi leka med stämmor eller oktaver. Det är sen. All right?
Roligt.
Stronger by the hour, we fight higher. Some power.
it! Wow!
Jag bor med det här.
Jag hörde dock inte mig själv.
Nej, men det är... Great stuff!
Nice.
Great stuff. Vi kör på 3 och så
Ja.
får vi bygga den. Nu har vi en lead. Backa den på exakt samma sätt som du gjorde nu. Antingen kör du den 2 gånger eller om du kör den 3 istället.
Men vill du att jag alltså Vendetta?
Börja där.
Alltså, ja, men på
Börja
A-et. Att det liksom flyter ut eller att jag bara Vendetta. Alltså
Ja,
stannar där.
med
Inte
det.
kör.
Sen så sätter du en ljus till och vi höjer den ljusa lite så kommer det bli alltså det kommer inte vara så här alltså fattar du, men det kommer vara sån power från typ röven håller på så. Alltså fattar ni vad jag menar?
Vendetta. Vendetta. Vendetta.
Nice. Nej, ska vi se. Efter min part här. Så som sagt. Det jag tänker det är liksom att du lägger omerta-delen efter min del. Vad tror du?
Ja. Omerta.
Det jag gillar här, det är ju liksom hur full den blev.
Your men looking for you in the woods like some scared scouts. One word about it may have you laid out.
Ja.
Visst?
Ja.
Proud of you.
Jag också ska säga det.
Det ska du
med
vara.
tanke på att jag aldrig någonsin har lagt en harm i mitt liv.
My name is Jonathan. My friends call me Johnny. My alias is Johnny Filter.
Katarina.
Tobias.
Melina Betchart.
Natalie.
Maurice. Bobby Castello.
My role in this project is I made the beats for the drums for one of the beats, and I have been given a character, Dr. Douglas, which was awesome.
Osirus. Yes. In this project, I was part of some skits.
My role is Bo. I play the love of Catherine's life.
Osirus. My role has been to sing the chorus for Vendetta.
My role in these projects have been mainly I played a character, Catherine, and then I had some side jobs as well, which has been talking through the story with Osirus and like coming up maybe with some few new ideas, new perspectives and things like that. I've also done the chorus to Omerta.
My role has been to sing in a chorus for Osirus, one of the songs.
My role has been, I've written the raps, so I rapped, I've sung, I've also done skits.
The experience has been crazy, really. I haven't really done voiceovers before, and I finally got a chance to do that for this project. And beats is beats. I do that every day, so it's pretty easy.
My experience has been really fantastic working with Osirus, just a fellow musician and a personal friend. It's been really good working with him.
The experience has been amazing. First time I'm doing something like this, so I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
My experience in this project has been honestly amazing and sometimes exhausting, but amazing. I've literally dedicated my life to this for a few weeks, and it's just been like, or actually months, years. What I liked so much about the whole experience is that Osirus really let me like flourish in my areas and just like had the absolute trust in me with like my thoughts and ideas and just let me do me. He really gave me such a big like creative space for me to just do whatever I thought was fitting for the character or the songs or the story. So it has been so much fun and just a learning experience.
The experience has been great. It was a really powerful song, a powerful album, and I really like it.
The experience has been fun. Osirus, he's a friend of mine. He's a close friend of mine. I mean, it hasn't really felt like work. It's more like something fun, you know. So I enjoyed myself.
The project is very, very captivating. From the skits to the sound effects to just how it's like a movie at the end of the day. It leaves you in like you're watching a movie. You want to know what happens at the end.
So my thoughts on the projects. I really connect like a lot with his way of thinking, with the theme and just like the general feeling over the first album and the second one, following this theme, and it's just such a rich story. I think it's really great and it's something really hard to pull off, and just like the general feel of the whole album is really good. It's consistent, and that is not so easily achieved, to be quite honest. And comparing with his earlier work, I would say these two are really peak as a musician. Yeah.
What I thought about the project, I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. Like the whole thing, it's a whole concept album, concept project, and I just love it.
I think that the project is very cool. It's like a whole story and it's like a movie. So it's really dope.
My thoughts on the projects have been, it's just such a captivating, exciting, tragic, but extraordinary story to have the opportunity to tell in audio format. Probably a lot of people will say this, but it's basically a movie that you listen to, but then you can just visualize, and it's so detailed that you literally can see everything in front of you just as it's supposed to be. All the work that has been put into this, like blood, sweat, tears, souls, you name it, it's been amazing to see like everyone come together to create this, and then Osirus in the front of it all, just like again letting us have this creative space to just do what we think is fitting, and to see him put all that work and effort and his pure soul into all of this, and like how hardworking he is, it's just been amazing.
My thoughts of the project is that it has much substance to it, and it's a storytelling that is really great. I think it's gonna be really powerful.
My thoughts on the project, I mean, it's a very well, do you say composed? Very well composed body of work. Like the first album, for instance, it has like a silver lining, you know, it all comes together like almost like a movie. So I enjoyed that one, and in the second album, I've heard it already, that one is even better. So it all ties together as like one big story. It's like a movie. So it's very well executed.
My man's Van Gogh. No, he's it's really nice to see people doing dope things. and I'm very happy for him. And I'm very happy for him that he's done something like this and that I can be involved in it.
So my thoughts of Osirus, just in general, really hardworking. I thought I was kind of hardworking when it came to music, like having a piece of paper and pen and just writing down lyrics whenever they came into thought, or just humming some kind of melody, or just sitting with the guitar. I thought I was hardworking, but surely I pale in comparison to Osirus. He works really hard, and he obviously achieves something really good after this, his efforts, of course. So musically, yeah, I would say he's a top-notch musician. He's really good, as well as being a friend. He's like always there, always make me laugh, always wants everybody else to laugh, and is very like inviting and very warm as a person. So he's a really nice friend to have.
What I think Osirus as an artist and producer, and as a person, as an artist and a producer, like he's amazing. Like he subverted my expectations. And as a person, I mean, that's my brother. Like, I think he's great.
My thoughts on Osirus, he's an amazing person. And it's been very, very fun to work with him.
So my thoughts on Osirus as an artist, producer, person, like obviously I live with him, so I know he doesn't do the dishes, so that's a minus. Kidding, but let's have a little laugh. No, but honestly, like he's so talented, it's disgusting. It's basically like you think that you have a talent yourself, and then you look at him and you're like, right, whatever. It's just like he has this huge broad perspective, like broad era of what he sees and hears. And it's been so amazing for me because I've seen everything front row, where a beat that in my ears is like, okay, what is this gonna be? Like, what is this gonna turn out to be? For him to then just enter the studio and just start with rapping, ad-libs, add-ons, this, that, third, and then I'm like, did you just make this? Like, what? So it's just like, I so much admire that part of him, and that he's so unapologetic with his work. He knows what he wants. He makes it the way he wants to. So he can basically just create an entire world in just like, honestly, minutes. It's amazing. Like, it's baffling to see. And I just think he's so beyond talented, and to see him involved in and see his like work that he has done before to this conceptual albums, and just like create what he envisioned for so long. It's been so exciting, and I mean, I'm literally so proud of him, and I'm so beyond happy for him, and just admire his work ethic and his love and his passion for music, for storytelling, and obviously I do very much admire his talents.
My thoughts of Osirus is I had a really good experience to work with him. It felt like he was a director in the studio, and he's so professional, and he knows what he wants, and he knows how to get me to understand what he wants. So really professional.
What I think of Osirus, well, I can start first and foremost as a person. I mean, he's, like I said, he's a very close friend of mine. So he's a very nice guy, a very kind-hearted guy. He has a big heart. I very rarely see him angry or you know, like mean. He's a very nice guy. I have a lot of love for him, so we're very close friends. As an artist, you know, I knew about Osirus even before we became friends. Back when I was making music more actively, and I always liked him then as well. I hadn't heard as much of his music back then as I have now, and but the things I've heard back then compared to now, obviously he's developed and grown a lot as an artist. Yeah, I think he's very good. A very good producer and rapper as well.
My role in these two projects and albums has been like, well, basically I'm a featured artist on two of the songs. I guess you could also say that me and Osirus together helped each other to develop these two characters, Frank and Joe. The experience has been great, like always when I make music with him. You know, it's like, life I love is making music with my friends. My thoughts on these two projects and albums is, you know, like I've told them, I think it's a good move to do a concept album, you know. It's a very creative way to make an album. I always loved concept albums, and I do love the concept of these concept albums. It's a story about a female gangster boss in some kind of retro mafioso vibe. What's not to like? Osirus as an artist, I mean, the guy is the guy is great. I mean, the way that he thinks is very creative, and also it's like that dude can really write a verse fast, like 30 minutes is done. For me, it's like sometimes it take days, but he's always like 30 minutes is done, and he's still got some dope bars in that shit. So that's cool. And as a producer, I mean, we go way back, and to see him over the years perfect his craft is pretty cool. And the sound that he's developed right now in his beats, I think is very exciting and very dope stuff. And yeah, he's great. And as far as, you know, the more technical stuff of things, the sounds, the mixing, the mastering, the effects, for me, Osirus is a legit fucking pro. What can I say? He's a fucking nerd. Dude is a fucking nerd when it comes to that shit. He's I don't know how he has that kind of patience, but he's a fucking beast. As a person, Osirus to me as a person is, well, I could talk about that for hours, because I grew up with the guy, and basically, let me put it like this. He's one of those rare persons where you you share the same upbringing, and it's like we might not speak for years sometimes. We might not see each other for years, right? But as soon as I see that motherfucker, just 1 second, bam, it's like we just pick up like it was yesterday. And that's pretty fucking awesome. And yeah, he's just like a brother, period.
Hi. Hi, hi. Hi.
I really like the songs.
I really like Daddy's songs. They're so good. I give all songs 1,000 points.
I don't have a favorite song. They're all good.
And Blood on Miss White.
My dad is a gangster. I think he's a good dad.
He's the best.
I hi Dad, good luck with your songs and I love you.
I love you, Dad.
Men en sån i den åldern with your own voice. Vi behöver all in the name of. Fråga typ, so the cast, how many are they? Och så kan jag säga 7 och då bara kommer det.
Vi är inte 7 nu.
Åh nej.
Like you really like kan vi ta om det?
Get the fuck out of here. Varför måste jag sätta under det? Så att kabeln inte ska känna. Right, men klappa inte.
Nej.
Jag bara.
Yeah.
So that's basically how it became. Nej, kör igen. Gillar inte dem. Kör.
Kul.
And he can, like, he can basically.
Jag blir helt nervös, det känns som en intervju.
Tack.
Alltså det...
What's the name again?
Catherine.
It's a great story of success. Hallå? Var kom det där ifrån? Vadå story of success? It's a great story of what could have been, man.
So how has your experience been?
And my own head and my friends' heads.
My name is Blanco.
Kan du på något sätt tro du ser lite piggad ut?
Vet jag inte.
För du ser extremt less ut just nu.
Men det är lite också.
Ja.
Kan jag säga.
Ja, men då får du göra 3 jumping jacks eller någonting. Och så... Woo! Ja! Och så kör vi! Så.
My name is Catherine. My name is Douglas. I'm gonna mess up and say, hi Catherine, it's Johnny here.
Who and what is the story about?
So the story... Så vi så all in the name of... Så min kan du så vi.
So I've done some side jobs as well, but and I think that
Thank you. Take this off now. Take this off now.
That's a bunch of fucking lies.
He's a damn lie.
He's a damn lie. Men typ, speaking of the crew, how did they experience this?
So how was the experience working with the crew and
the cast?
Ja, men man hör inte mig ändå.
Nej, okej, men säg det. Det låter fel i mitt huvud.